Do you know that research shows that more than 50% of people over the age of 50 will lose their job before they choose to retire? To me, that's a very troubling statistic. And the question then is, what can we do to protect our career? What I see happening with my clients and with other people who are being successful in their career is that their number one strategy is to network. Let me give you a few statistics on networking. A study by the Harvard Business Review found that employees who network internally are 42% more likely to be promoted. A study by the US Bureau of Labor Statistics and another study by LinkedIn shows that up to 85% of jobs are filled through networking. And number 3, Boston College Center for Work and Family found that older workers who are job seeking, if they are networking, are more likely to bypass potential age bias because personal referrals can help them get noticed for their skills and their experience instead of for their age. If you have not been building your network, and if networking feels uncomfortable, let me give you a few ideas to help you get going. Number 1, network both horizontally and vertically. What do I mean by that? Well, most of us are pretty good at networking with the people on our team and maybe with our boss. However, it's critical if we want to get promoted to network even beyond our boss, because those are the people that eventually are going to be promoting us. It's just as important to network with people who are just coming into the business. Why? Because those are the people that are very likely to move on to another job in another company. And if we lose our job, very often, those are the people that help us get a new job in another company. Number 2, attend events. If you're like me, kind of an introvert and not really that comfortable going to events, let me tell you or share with you how I do it. When I go to an event, I give myself a goal. I get to meet 3 people, 3 new people, and get 3 new contacts, either with a LinkedIn or business card. And then I allow myself to leave if I want to. Afterward, I contact those people and I invite them to a one-on-one call. Could be a Zoom call, could be a phone call, could be coffee, could be lunch, could be, getting together after work. The main thing is I stay in touch with those people and start to build one-on-one relationships. For me, that's a lot more comfortable than going to those big events. But it's at the big events that I meet the people that I can then build those one-on-one relationships. And then going forward, sending them maybe an article that would be of interest to them, or some kind of a funny meme that, about something that you talked about in general. Number 3, build networking into your job. For years, I thought, if I just work harder and harder and harder, I'm going to get ahead. But that's not how it works. Most people get ahead, not only because they do a good job, but even more importantly, because they've built a strong network. What I suggest is that you don't skip lunch and keep working. Use your lunch hour to network, whether that means sending an email or going to lunch with somebody, whether that's a boss or a boss's boss or somebody on your team or somebody who's just getting started or a friend, a family member, somebody you met at an event. Do your networking, work on your career during your lunch hour. Now, I know this feels like, oh boy, here we go. Yet another task to add to my job, right? But I want to tell you, it is worth it. It is so worth it. I have a client who found a new job in, get this, 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Why? Because she has this incredible network. And when she was out of work, she tapped into that network like crazy. She was on the phone every day, emails constantly, taking people to coffee, going to lunch, meeting after work. 6 weeks, 6 weeks is what it took her. I've had clients that take sometimes 3 months or more. But the key is that they were constantly networking. And they weren't networking with people that were necessarily new to them. They had been networking with these people for years, which leads me to my last point. Everyone runs into problems now and then. The difference between someone who's successful at overcoming those problems and someone who flounders is that the successful person takes action sooner. That means start networking now, today, right now. Network with somebody in your office, call somebody at your work, call a friend, network starting right now. And listen, I told you already, I'm an introvert, whether you believe it or not, I am. So if networking is uncomfortable for you, then reach out to me and let's talk about some ways that you can make networking more comfortable for you. You can message me on LinkedIn, or you can go down into the comment section and there'll be a link where you can schedule a time to talk to me. Doesn't take any time, 20, 30 minutes we'll talk and get to know each other. And you don't have to be concerned about wanting to coach. If you want me to coach you, we can talk about that too. But the main thing is, let's have a conversation so I can give you some resources to get networking. Great things are happening right now. Let's get going.